Good morning. My name is Carrie Smith Osei, and this is Start Your Day Right, right with a W. This class is all about tapping into your inner wisdom, setting powerful intentions, expressing unwavering gratitude, and of course, manifesting a life you love. So today's class name is, let me put it in the chat for y'all, Designing Your Destiny. Okay, because I feel like we're in our designing our destiny era. What do y'all think? I am all about it. So, taking it back to basics though, manifestation, because the class is also very much about manifesting a life you genuinely love. So, what is manifestation? Manifestation is the process of bringing something into existence through your thoughts, beliefs, and actions. So I think, and many others would agree because we've seen how it can shift things, that when you start your day, each day, by tapping into the power of manifestation, by using gratitude, intention setting, and visualization, you bring yourself one step closer to manifesting a life that you love. You absolutely do. It is about the routine. It is about the way that it shifts you when you stick to being powerful, sitting in your power, standing in your power. One of the keys to this process, though, is detaching from the how. That's the part that I think most people struggle with, right? And I get it, but you also have to allow yourself to believe anything is possible. Miracles are constant, y'all. Look around you. In fact, you are a miracle when you really think about it, right? Now, when you're manifesting, people also want it to be instant. And unfortunately, I know it's not exactly how it works. Sometimes you can instantly manifest things, but most of the times, the big things like designing your destiny, it won't happen overnight, but checking your limiting beliefs about what you deserve and remembering how powerful you really are, the how will come to you. And when it comes to you, that will create inspired action for you to move to the next step. Okay. So, what if you could intentionally design your destiny? What if? Well, you can. Again, anything is possible when you use your imagination and when you believe in the impossible. I do, right? You made it this far in life, but it's time to create a new path, a path without limitations. And that's what I'm here to encourage you to do today. Remember this, if nothing else, you are the master of your fate, the captain of your soul, and the time is now. It is, it is, it is. So let's jump in and start with a class quote, which will carry the theme for what we're talking about. All right, I put it in the chat for us. Today's class quote is by William Jennings Bryan, and it reads as follows. Destiny is not a matter of chance, it is a matter of choice. It is not a thing to be waited for, it is a thing to be achieved. Keep that in mind as we go through our journal prompts and exercises for today. All right, let's start with some gratitude, y'all. So let me put it in the chat. So we're going to start with writing a thank you note to the universe. And I'm going to give you an example and I'll read through it too so you have an idea of what I mean. So your prompt, put that in the chat for y'all. So the prompt is in the chat and the prompt is as follows. Write a thank you note. You're going to be writing a thank you note to the universe. Okay. You're going to express your gratitude for something that often goes unnoticed, but puts a smile on your face. Could be something simple, but powerful, right? What I know to be true is being grateful for the simple things absolutely opens a door to feeling grateful for the big things, which brings in the energy of manifesting more in your life. So, your prompt is to write a thank you note to the universe and express gratitude for something that goes unnoticed. Let me give you my example of my note that I wrote to the universe. Hopefully, this will help you get an idea, get you warmed up. All right, I put it in the chat. I'll read it. Dear universe, today I want to express gratitude for the gentle rhythm of raindrops hitting my window pane. In the midst of life's hustle and bustle, It's easy to overlook the beauty of something so simple. When I listen to the soothing sound of rain, I'm reminded of how peaceful life can be peaceful life can be when I just stop and listen. Thank you for this gentle reminder to slow down and appreciate the beauty in nature, the beauty that exists in my life. Your gift of raindrops reminds me to find joy in the simplest of moments and to embrace the rhythm of life with gratitude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ah, so you get the idea, right? I forgot to say love, Carrie, but I think the universe knows. I think the universe knows it's me, y'all. I think the universe knows it's me. All right, your turn. Take a few minutes. You write your letter to the universe. Express gratitude for something that, maybe does go unnoticed. I use raindrops because Lord knows when it rains, we get so upset, especially in LA, because it hardly rains here. But there is something to be grateful for just inside of that. So, what is yours? Take a few minutes and write your letter, okay? Get started right now. Take another minute. right? We want to start wrapping up. Right, y'all. Would you come up with for your gratitude? We love a good share on screen if you are comfortable. We also really, really appreciate and love a good share in the chat because that way you can help others as well. I think we do have a hand raised. Let me see. Gosh, guys, I started the exercise, y'all, and many more of you joined class. All right, Carrie, I'm gonna bring you on so you can share with us. I'm gonna bring you on screen. Let's see, let's see. Carrie, I see you.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you? Thanks for
Good.
joining us. All
Thank
right, what do you got?
you. I have dear universe. Thank you
Yes.
so much for all the beautiful smells of the spring blossoms and the amazing array of colors exploding around us. Thank you especially for the amazing color and smell of lilacs and putting so many in my path to smell while I was in Berlin. This truly reminds me to stop and smell the roses in my life and notice these little gifts you provide each day, just there for me to marvel at. It also reminds me of rebirth and the cycle of life, that there is beautiful impermanence and we are not stuck. It's just a moment of now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All my love,
Yes.
Carrie.
That is so beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that. Of course, I'm a little biased because your name is close to my name, but right, we rock. That was awesome. Thank you so very much for sharing that. I'm going to put you back in class, but I loved it. Ooh,
Thank
so
you.
good. You're welcome. Y'all, did you hear how beautiful that letter to the universe was? I love this for us, and I want y'all to remember you don't have to wait for class to write a beautiful letter to the universe, okay? But I really enjoy the gratitude that we are sharing. Now, I'm going to keep us going. I'm going to keep us moving. Here we go. Next exercise. Hang on. Gosh, so many of you like flew into class right now, and I'm trying to keep up. All right, here we go. So, our next exercise based on intentionality, I'm going to put the prompt and an example into the chat. Okay. So, there you go. Let me take you through that. So, the name of our exercise is Architect of Your Destiny. And the prompt is as follows. Remember, this one is based on intentionality. So, you're going to imagine yourself as the architect of your destiny, creating a blueprint for your future. So, what I want you to do is set a clear intention for today that aligns with the destiny you're designing. What specific action can you take today to bring you closer to your desired future? And then my example is today, my intention is to dedicate 30 minutes to reading a book or listening to a podcast related to my personal or professional development. And that is because I'm equipping myself with the knowledge and skills necessary to build the future I envision. So, what's it going to be for you? You're the architect of your destiny. So, what's your intention today? What's going to bring you closer to your desired future, the future that you envision? Right? Take a look at the example. I put it in the chat too. And I want you to take a few minutes and work on that. Be creative, be intentional about the intention. Okay. I don't want you to put something that you know you can't follow through on today. Okay. We want to keep it simple, but also make it doable. So take a few minutes and work on that. And then we'll be back on the other side of that. Okay. So go ahead, be the architect, do it. Take one more minute, y'all. All right. Do we wanna do we have any shares? I'll go to the chat first. If you're just joining us, we're inside of our intention for today. We are creating our intention for today. So remember, we love a good share on screen, but we'll take a beautiful share in the chat as well. If you want to keep it sacred in your journal, honestly, we love that too. But let me take a look. So Noelle says, today my intention is to give myself space to be creative. I know that creating always helps me to relax and opens my mind to new possibilities. Yes, I love that. Paula says, hi Paula. Paula says, I want to be more connected to my spirit and the regulation of my own nervous system. I will watch a talk and listen to a meditation today to keep being able to further that skill of being able to come back to myself. Paula, I love it. I'm high-fiving you through the screen. That is freaking beautiful. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, y'all. I'm going to keep us moving because our last exercise is a visualization. And I'm excited. So let's let's do it. I'm gonna put the prompt in the chat and then I'm gonna read you my example so that you have an idea. But as you work on yours, I'm gonna actually put the example in the chat. You'll understand why, because it's kind of long and I just want you to, I don't want you to get distracted. I want you to think of your own, okay? So I'm gonna put the prompt in the chat for us. Hang on. Think I muted myself there by mistake. I put the prompt in the chat for the last exercise visualization. Hopefully you heard everything I said, but I'm going to read it for you. Okay. So manifestation main character energy is the name of this one. So you're going to imagine yourself as the director of a blockbuster movie about your ideal future. You are the main character. You're going to imagine one epic moment from this movie that you are creating. And you're going to write a scene for this moment. You're going to detail the sights, the sounds, and the emotions. And then I'm going to have you sit in that scene and feel all the feels. All right. So if you're just joining us, because somebody might be, we're working on manifestation through visualization. This one is main character energy. So imagine yourself as the director of that movie. You're the main character, right? And you're going to choose one epic moment, write that scene out. So work on that. Start to kind of think about that. And I'm going to save time, I'm just going to put my example in the chat. Yeah, but I want you to start working on it. So be the main character, write out your scene. If you want, you definitely can look at the chat and see my example in there, but I want you guys to kind of just get started on it. So write your scene out, y'all. I'm going to put mine in the chat. Get started. right, y'all. I'm gonna have you stop there, but I want to remind you, you can go into our platform and definitely see this prompt all over again. It will be posted and you can take your time to get more into it. I'm going to just read a little bit of my example so that you kind of get the vibes of what I'm thinking when I have you do this in terms of writing out a scene. So my scene was the camera pans over a breathtaking landscape where the sun dips below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of pink and gold. In the center of the frame stands me on top of the mountain with a sense of accomplishment shining in my eyes. I raise my hands triumphantly to the sky, feeling the breeze across my face. The camera zooms in to capture the determination on my face, a testament to the challenges I've overcome and my dreams realized. As the music swells, the scene cuts to a montage of flashbacks, moments of my struggles, perseverance, growth. Each flashback is accompanied by a voiceover of inner dialogue, reflecting on my lessons, etc., etc., etc. I'm going to be respectful of y'all time, but you get the idea. I'm out here, like, really in the middle of this. That's the concept, right? Put yourself into your life as the main character. Write out your scene. Know that you got this. Everything is coming to you in perfect divine timing. And I'm so excited for you because here it comes. And so it is. I thank you all so very much for joining us today, for showing up for yourself, showing up for Self Care Society. Take all this good energy into your day. And I hope you understand and you know that you are very powerful and you can absolutely manifest a life that you love. All right. I will see y'all next time. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.